Good morning, everybody. It's a Monday morning and it's the 18th of January 2021. Or should I say, I've called it Motivation Monday, or should I say Motivating Monday or Self-Motivating Monday. And a big thank you to Alison who suggested the title. Oh dear. So I will be contacting Alison because she'll get an hour call with me and we can chat, whatever she wants. Believe it or not, I actually did a live video last year. It was about July, I think, and it was on the same topic. It was on motivation. And I was marking at the time, and I'm marking again just now. And it's been a mix of trying to relax, lots of marking, and then procrastinating. I think I'll have a cup of tea, maybe I'll have a biscuit, and on and on. I finally managed to get started, so I need to continue, so I need the motivation as well. What was different last year in July was actually there was excitement really for children because a good friend of my daughter's, the kids were graduating from primary 7 going into senior school, and she actually, or one of the mothers, organised a graduation outdoors, socially distancing, and so the children didn't miss out, and they'll remember that for years to come. Anyway, enough of the procrastination. A deadline for me is looming, so I need to motivate myself. So what better than having today Motivation Monday and re-motivate myself, and maybe just ongoing motivation for every day. We need that, and certainly for me until my work is done, and so I need to focus. But I must tell you, I did a blog also a while ago now. I think it's on my website, but I called it Positive Procrastination. And what I mean by that is not to get hung up about everything. If you don't get something done or you're interrupted, weigh up, is it okay to be interrupted? Set yourself a time schedule. And if you do get interrupted, of course, you've then got a choice. Do I stop what I'm doing and take the call or whatever, or do I just go on and ignore the interruption? It's purely your choice. But what happened to me yesterday was a fabulous surprise call from my lovely Irish friend, and that, obviously stopping doing some marking, the call was so uplifting, it gave me more motivation to go on and do what I was doing before the call. So I've got also something to look forward to this week. My son's dog is coming, Princess Darcy. Well, Darcy, but she's my princess. Now, she's a Vizsla, but she thinks she's a lap dog. And of course, I just love lots of cuddles, and she loves lots of cuddles. In fact, she thinks she's a lap dog. So it might be difficult to do online marking when she's sitting on my lap. But you'll maybe be able to see her on Wednesday, at Wednesday's morning live video. Do you remember last year I also talked about having a bucket list? I do hope you've got a bucket list and you're continuing to add to that. I do. I've got loads of things on this bucket list, and you shouldn't stop the bucket list just because you're in lockdown. In fact, you need to have good things to look forward to. And one of the things about motivation to keep you motivated is you need to be passionate about what you're doing. When you do something you truly love, it's not hard to find motivation to succeed. So when you have passion and purpose, you find magic in everything you do, and you're able to give your full attention to the task, full attention to everything, no matter what it is or how small. And that, remember, is my FA, my full attention. Take a look at your achievement and inspiration board. If you don't have one, you need to start one and continue to use it, because in fact, it keeps you motivated. When there's kind of a down moment, you can look at that. Think about one thing you could do just now and just go for it. Plan, set out some goals, short, medium, long term, but make these something you can achieve. You've kind of got to be realistic. Everyone's different, of course, about planning their goals. I find it good if you write them down, and that kind of actualises them. And of course, my C, from my ABC, my C is you visualise them using your creative imagination. You can see yourself there, you feel them, touch them, use them, and you can achieve each step. Focus on being optimistic. I mean, it's just so difficult when any negative thoughts creep into your head. Dump them, let them go. I send them off. I use my C and I send them off into the ether and just, let it go. Or use my ribbon, wrap them up and just send them flying. Don't quit. Never quit. Commit to the end. Remember that failing is about learning. So if you don't manage to achieve something, don't quit. There's something to learn from that, and you find your greatest strengths from these. If your mind wanders back to something you've not managed to achieve, don't focus on it. Think about what you learned. Be around like-minded people or positive people. Dump the negative folk around you. When you surround yourself with like-minded people, this has a positive influence on you and them. Remember, I think it was Michael Dell summed it up when he was delivering a graduation speech. Now I've adapted and shortened it, but it was basically, try never to be the smartest person in the room. That sounds a bit silly, but if you are the smartest person, then try and invite or meet people who are even smarter, or find a different room. The most rewarding experiences come from your relationships. And don't be afraid of people who are smarter than you. Learn from them. You don't have that fear in you. A coach during a football match, they'll guide and motivate their team. And in the game of life, you need to have supportive people around you. And they can help you reframe, redirect, refocus when the going gets tough. Negative, unsupportive people will just bring you down. They'll just cause you psychological and emotional stress, and that will derail your progress towards your positive goals. So you need to move beyond that and have these positive people. Now, another thing you need to do is give yourself a reward. Don't wait for someone else. Reward yourself. If it's something you have to, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be something you buy, just a simple reward. Like for me, it's this piece of chocolate. Now I'm a bit of a chocolate fiend, so of course I want to eat the whole bar, but I'm managing to move myself beyond that and just take a square of the chocolate. And of course I'll need to have willpower or I'll indulge in eating a whole bar. Be creative. I talk about that often, but be creative. It builds resilience. So what is self-motivation? Well, it's the ability to drive yourself to take initiative and action to complete tasks, to pursue your goals and achieve your vision and your dreams. Now, the motivation should come from within. That's what keeps you going. It's that little inner voice, not someone else telling you to do something. Now, I know that it's difficult to keep motivated and we all need someone or need something. That's where I try and offer like my ABC. I call it like a friend on the shoulder. So when you get that side move off being motivated, it helps you to get motivated again, keeps you going. Of course, you need persistence. If you're making changes in your life, persistence is key. And it's difficult to stay motivated always, but you do need to be persistent. Think about something that you want to do, something that you get all excited about. When you start thinking about something new, you've got that excitement and that determination at the start to see things through. You've got energy and I'm facing these challenges. You're all excited. You make lists, but then suddenly your determination diminishes, and you're often because maybe you've made the list too long, you've overwhelmed yourself, and that can cause you to stop being motivated. So try and be realistic with if you're making lists of things. Of course, when you're trying to achieve a big goal or something that's life-changing or your dreams, these don't happen overnight. It takes hard work as well as persistence. This is particularly so if you're changing your lifestyle or your mindset. When things don't go well, you'll get frustrated. Motivation is the reason behind what you do. It's a combination of a conscious and an unconscious need. Self-motivation goes beyond the basic motives. For self-motivation, you need to believe in yourself. And remember, in a last year and in a recent video, I repeated it. I think it was Anthony Hopkins when he was talking to a graduation class. He told them to believe, believe, believe. And even if you don't believe, just say it. Psychological research on people who are high achievers found that passion and perseverance are the key drivers of their long-term success. It's about having true grit. This takes you further than just the initial motive behind your goal. Having grit takes you to the finishing line. So how do you build or get this? So here's more tips. Be clear on why you want to focus on something, particularly if it's something big, like changing your mindset, creating the life you want. If you know the reason behind your goals or your dreams, you will stay motivated more easily. You'll also stay motivated if your reason comes from within. This is important. It's called intrinsic, rather than from something external, which is extrinsic, like money or recognition or looking for a reward. Finding purpose. The intrinsic reasons, the inner reasons are finding purpose, feeling enjoyment, achieving excellence. All that is from within. Now, there's nothing wrong. Examples of intrinsic include changing your mindset from negative to positive, changing your habits from the bad ones to the good ones, pursuing a lifelong dream. For example, maybe becoming a writer, becoming an artist, even building meaningful relationships. Everyone's different, of course, but as long as you know the difference between the inner and the external motives, what motivates you? Is it external? Is it internal? Neither is right or wrong. And thanks, Georgette. I've pressed a wee wave as well. So it's what motivates you that matters. Of course, you don't or you shouldn't want to live someone else's dream. To be self-motivated, as I said earlier, is persistence, perseverance, commitment. Now find ways of giving yourself a wee boost when you need, so that you don't want to quit and you don't quit. Focus your attention and your energy. Keep distractions to a minimum. And that's difficult when we're maybe lockdown and we're in the house. There's always something. I mean, I know I'm very quickly distracted by, well, I think I'll just go and have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something. Well, I don't drink coffee, but tea for me. So that's okay. But if you're making your lists, remember they've got to be realistic. Focus. Break down your large goals into smaller steps. And of course, what's vital is to encourage yourself when you achieve each step. Remember, that's important. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one small step. But celebrate each small step. Successful people do this. Manage your expectations as well. Don't get down when something's not happening quickly or not at all. You'll be faced with challenges and obstacles all the time, and that causes frustration. And you might find yourself saying, "Oh, this is impossible." That's when you need to turn these negative thoughts again into positive ones. When you know and expect obstacles, always be aware there's going to be something, then it's easier to stay motivated. And that by knowing that there's going to be challenges and obstacles, means that you're going to be able to manage your stress. And of course, it's vital at all these times that you believe in yourself and believe in your capabilities. A favourite tip I've talked about often, because lots of these things seem to be very repetitive. They are, but it's the same tips that keep you going. And that's to be grateful. Have a gratitude list. Think of all the things you've achieved, no matter how small. Be grateful and be proud of what you've achieved. It's not being selfish. We've talked before about past conditioning and labels, and you've maybe been told, oh, don't talk about yourself. Nobody wants to hear what you've achieved. Well, maybe they don't, but you want to remember your achievements. So it's not being selfish. Being grateful inspires and motivates you. It opens doors to opportunities and it improves your overall well-being. And who wouldn't want that? Of course, as always, remember to get rest. Take time for yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you've had to rest. Somebody said, oh, they've obviously been working hard, and frontline workers are the same. They've maybe taken a day of maybe sleeping. They've stayed in bed. That's okay. We need our rest. When you're stressed, it's vital that you get rest. So take time out for yourself. Now, I use my ABCs for this because they're quick, they're easy to use, and taking a rest builds resilience and it gives you the energy to keep going. So keep going no matter what. Don't stand and stare. And there's a lovely poem by William Henry Davis, which I love, is, what is this life if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see in broad daylight streams full of stars like skies at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile her eyes began. A poor life this is, if full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. Remember you're worth it. So your affirmations today, my ABC for you is, I have no time to stand and stare. Persistence and commitment is key. I motivate myself. I am grateful. Anyone, make up your own affirmation. Now, my Mind Bites meditation today is I'm going to do the beach and the seagrass. I think it's important that we maybe try and think of something, of the sun coming and the summer coming. We need something to boost us, and that this meditation helps you to feel valued. It helps you to keep motivated. So we all need that. I think we're needing it more than ever. There's still lots of anxiety and just challenges around just now. So anything that keeps us upbeat and motivated is just, it lifts the spirits and you will feel inspired and motivated. So as always, the feet on the ground, we're going to ground ourselves. Today I put on my suit jacket. I thought, right, we're going to have a confident Monday, a motivating Monday. So if you'd like to just close your eyes, and we're going to take a deep breath in. Remember the deep breathing exercise. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold. And then exhale. And the deep breathing in is you should be from the diaphragm. So when you breathe in, you're not lifting your shoulders. That's shallow breathing. So just take another deep breath in from the diaphragm. Hold. And then exhale slowly through the mouth. Now I want you to imagine that you're walking on the beach. You feel the sand between your toes. You watch the sea grasses gently swaying. They're swaying in the light breeze. You look towards the horizon, ever changing, just like life. Take a moment to use all your senses. Feel the sand on your toes. Touch the sea grasses. Smell the sea air. Listen to the gentle lapping of the waves. See the beauty of nature all around. Sit down and quietly reflect. Look again to the horizon. Continue your journey of life with confidence and determination. Listen to my voice and imagine the natural beauty all around you. The sea grasses, the beach, the gentle lapping of the waves. Use all your senses, feeling the sand between your toes, touching the sea grasses, listening to the lapping of the waves. See the beauty all around you. Look again to the horizon. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold and then exhale through your mouth. Breathe in again and feel the pure sea air flow through your mind and body. You feel confident. You are determined. Now you can open your eyes and just say to yourself, I am confident. I am determined. I am motivated. And then you can just relax and yawn or stretch your arms or whatever. Just bring yourself back into the now. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's got you motivated for the day. And of course, private message me or post up information or suggestions for titles. Of course, remember always, a smile costs you nothing. And laughter is the best medicine. I'll be back on Wednesday, so if you've got suggestions for a title, please post them up or private message. And if I choose your title, then you win an hour call with me, whenever suitable to you. And as I said before, today's title was from Alison, and I haven't forgotten her. I will be messaging her today to arrange a time that's convenient to chat. Now, have a fabulous start to the week. Now, one final thought. So many people are missing hugs from their loved ones. And there's lots of people who live alone and have lived alone before the lockdown, miss all these hugs. And I know I talk often about the virtual hugs, but and it was a bit creepy when I did it. But why not something better is to give yourself a hug. You can do that, and you can feel the warmth of your hands and you're just against your arms, and it just gives you warmth. So I know I was showing people, I think, in an earlier video, and they were like, oh, it's a bit creepy. But actually, if you do it, your energy, the warmth of your hands, you can give yourself, and you do feel better. So smile and laugh and give yourself a hug. But from me, it's virtual hugs until Wednesday, and have a fabulous start to the week, a fabulous day. Bye for now.